Wow. That's Stanford. Can I please have the textbook and this thing open on the same page without it screwing up it. Like, no. Can I have a top and bottom screen instead of a left and right screen? They don't have a top and bottom option. This is ridiculous. Can we? We're going to just do this. Stop. Because I really just want to have both of these open at the same time. No, I want this to be on this side. Where's the halfway point? This is a problem. Unless I zoom out here and then make it very tiny. But can we increase the size of the text but still keep it zoomed out? Come on. It's small. Is this one fine? Oh, I mean, I guess we could do this. It's just kind of a little bit harder to read. But I think this is still better because I can still read it just fine. And now I can read both sides at the same time. Budget amendments. How do you record a budget amendment? Please show how to do that. No, you were supposed to show how to do. Oh. Idiot. Right. So, revenues, increase the revenues for this by 15,000. So for that, they debit the revenue 15,000 to increase it by 15,000 because it's opposite of normal. So decrease the appropriation, which means well, if you're decreasing an appropriation, you're also crediting it. Because it's backwards, everything is backwards. Normally, if you decrease an expense, because, jeez, it's so confused. Okay, they decreased the appropriation of public works, debit. They increased an appropriation, therefore they're going to credit the public safety, $80,000. They're going to now and to balance the whole thing, they're actually going to have to. They increased appropriations $30,000 and increased estimated revenues a net amount of $15,000. Therefore, changed the fund balance to make the equation balance. Oh, that was funny. So, it's not that complicated. It's just that you have to think of it backwards. You just have to do everything backwards. Oh my gosh. Does it matter the order here? Like, come on. They're like, oh, do it so that you have the debits first and then the credits. Yeah, but I can't move these things around. So stop. Wait. I can't. Too bad. It's gonna be out of order. Screw you. Just screw you, dude. Ugh. I'm afraid it's gonna get points off if I do it out of order. Who cares? Why can't you just do it in the order that you calculated? Like, come on. I have to do calculations to get the second out of the three. I have to do the first one and then the third one, and then the second one to do this correctly. Come on. I'm making a big deal out of nothing here. This is nothing. Total estimated total revenue change is going to be 17,500 minus 22,000. So the revenue will be negative 4,500, and the appropriations will be 8,500 plus 9,000 minus 13,000. So we're going to decrease revenues by 4,500 and increase appropriations by 4,500. So therefore, I hate this. I hate this. A decrease of revenue Normally, a decrease of revenue would be a debit. Normally, a decrease of revenue would be a debit. But in this case, it's actually going to be a credit. So therefore, credit 4,500. Normally, an increase of expenses would be a debit, but it's actually going to be a credit. So therefore, is it crediting both? Is it crediting both of them? 4,500. So therefore, the second entry will be a debit, the first entry, in fact, will be a debit of fund balance for 9,000. So I had to do all that mental gymnastics, but it could have been avoided if I had just done the entry first. If I had just done, so come on, man. Man, this is just screwed up. Like, what on earth is the budgetary accounting? The first thing we're going to do is affect the revenues, the estimated revenues. Estimated revenues. It's so much easier to have both the textbook and the instructions open at the same time. My God. Okay, well, and we determined our calculations. Oh no, we don't care about that. We don't care about all of our calculations from before. We're just going to do this. First, we're going to have estimated revenues. We have the property taxes, and it's going to be called a budget amendment. And then we're going to, now guess what? We are going to increase the revenue. Increasing the revenue normally is a credit. However, it's budgetary accounting, therefore increasing the revenue is a debit. I hate how they have it on opposite sides. Come on, man! You're making everything more confusing. Why do you have to have the increase on the right side? See, increased charge for services, 15,000. Debit. We're increasing the revenue of property taxes by debiting it. We're increasing the estimated revenue by debiting it. Interest and penalties. We are going to decrease the interest and penalties revenue. That was the change. 4,500 credit balance. And then we're going to have appropriations here. We are going to affect general government appropriations. Budget amendment. We are going to increase the appropriations, which is kind of like increasing an expense. Normally, increasing an expense is a debit, but it's actually going to be a credit. 8,500. They increased an appropriation for public safety, therefore credit. Appropriation, public safety. They increased the public safety appropriation. 9,000. Then they have the culture and recreation is going to be a decrease of 13,000. See? Budgetary fund balance has to balance out these two. Do they care which order we did it in? I accidentally did this thing again where I put... But I don't freaking care. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares if you did the appropriations or the revenues first? It doesn't matter. I'm not redoing it. Like, come on. Why did I do that again? This does not affect the government-wide accounting records. Oh, come on. Stupid. Maybe we can zoom in more because there's still some white space on either side here. Never mind, I can kill myself. Is 10 done? Just an entry. Number 11. I wonder if he's going to be like, oh no, he did this and then this. Bad. Bad. I'm not fixing it. I'm sorry, I'm not fixing it. Interest and penalties receivable was increased. Increase a taxes receivable. Well, I mean, this is just stuff we've done before, isn't it? Holy crap! Wait a minute. What? Where are we at? We're literally receive goods were in a prior year. Exchange transactions with proprietary funds. Accounting for supplies. Adjusting entries, so that will probably be Oh, come on. Closing. Okay, so we're going to go. We haven't run into any major issues yet. I mean, if there's one entry I don't know how to do, it's not that big of a deal anyways. It's only a big deal if there's like a million different entries I don't know how to do. Yes. What are we doing here? Taxes, increasing the receivable of taxes. Some of it is estimated as uncollectible. Some of it is going to be unavailable for use in the current fiscal year. Oh no! Payroll. Accounting for property taxes, recording the property tax levy. Here's taxes receivable, allowance for uncollectible current taxes. Where? Oh my gosh. Wait. Oh. Crap. Wait. What if you're just adjusting the accounts receivable? Do you also adjust the revenue? Oh, obvious. Well, this looks disgusting. We already did that. So this one is... Oh, we already did this too. Come on. This is exactly the same. I think we're actually going to just... This is actually just going to be what we're doing. The 213 unavailable for use. They counted this as unavailable. They counted this as general revenues, interest, and revenues. Yeah, see, this is exactly analogous. Right? This is what we're doing right now. This is what we're doing. It's pretty clear this is what we're doing. So, and of course I can't see it. It's this. This is what we're doing right now. Interest and penalties receivable on delinquent taxes. That's the difference. That's the only difference. Thanks for typing it, dude! What the heck? What? That's not what happened. I just typed stuff. What are you doing? Are you kidding me? That there is not a specific account for delinquent taxes. It says interest and penalties receivable on taxes. There is no interest and penalties receivable on delinquent taxes. Oh, come on. The amount of 8454 and then allowance for uncollectible interest and penalties. Allowance for uncollectible interest and penalties. Allowance for uncollectible. Stop. Uncollectible. 1,536. And then deferred inflows of resources. What? They specified unavailable revenues. What on earth? They don't specify it? Come on, man. And we're screwed. We're screwed. What's the missing number here? Gosh dang it. Dude, we're so screwed. What is going on here? This is not analogous because... Gosh. Wait a minute. No, whoa. That was funny. Don't you just count the remainder as a revenue? Like you keep the same numbers? Oh, like of the they impose this much of interest and penalties here. Only this amount can be collected. So this is actually, here's the problem with what I just did. They gave you an amount that is uncollectible. Or, wait a minute. They gave you an amount that can. This is the amount that can be collected. This is the amount that's unavailable for use in the current fiscal year. Whereas they determined that the entirety of it was. They showed all of it as unavailable. How come? Come on. Okay, so this 2113 is in fact going to be considered unavailable. So I think the remainder of the 8,000 is going to just be recorded as revenues. The difference between this number and this number is actually... Wait a minute, no. They expect that this is uncollectible. They say this is uncollectible. These two numbers are analogous. So the remainder of it is going to be revenue. Interest. Well, I don't know if it's going to be on here because it's going to be a specific revenue. Now we have to figure out what's the difference between all these numbers. Interest. Oh gosh. Which one is it? Is it accrued revenue? This would be accrued revenue. It's funny how they never talked about this part of the... And it's not even in the book. Gosh dang it! The text is way bigger on here. So maybe what I should do is try to do this. No, it's not. That's not a good idea. Because of stuffs. Certain thingamajigs is the reason. What the heck just happened? Alright, I lost my place. Well, it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. I still have to do the other part of this. Where is it? Oh. You don't separate between the deferred inflows and the revenues. You add them, you include both of them in it. You do not deal with the deferred inflows. The entries are the same, except instead of it's general revenues, interest and penalties on delinquent taxes. allowance for uncollectible interest, penalties. General revenues, interest. Okay, so interest and penalties. Oh, hilarious, dude. Six, 9, 1, 8. So that's it. Uncertainty. Number 11 is completed. They tell you that you should not do any entries in the solid waste disposal fund because we're going to save all that for chapter 7. It's gonna suck when it doesn't balance, and I'm gonna have to go through every single one of these to make sure they're all correct. They're all balanced. Like they have to. I just have to mathematically determine where one of these entries was wrong, or where one of these entries was not balanced, and then figure out why it wasn't balanced. Because thanks a lot for not letting us post it until the end. Like seriously, really. Really? You're not letting us do that? Almost forget. How is it not here? Why? What? Okay. Gosh. So, yes, I have wet circles on my jeans, on my knees, because something with the laundry, it messed up, so there was water spilling on the floor, and then I had to kneel down to take out my clothes. That was fun. We are on number 12 of 14. We are on number 12 of 14 of A, because there's actually A through D, but A is most of it. So we're on number 12. Oh, that's fun. Services received by the general government function of the general fund. From the solid waste disposal fund. I think this is like something where like amounted to $28,000 during the year. Of this amount, $25,400 was paid in cash, and this one remained unpaid at year end. Required. So I think I actually have to go to this part of it. Goods ordered in a prior year. Supplies purchased. What about services provided by an enterprise fund? I believe this is what we're going with here. This is what is equivalent. Now, because it's with another fund, apparently it's actually going to be... Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. No, you do have to do a governmental... Oh, come on! At the government-wide level, the liability should be credited to internal payables in business-type activities. But how on... What? Is that it? Wait, why don't they show it here? They have to show it. Oh, never mind. So... So they charged the amount of this amount, whereas this was this amount. Fire department budget is part of the public safety category. Wait a minute. Public safety, whereas this is part of the general government. So we have liability. So we have expenditures, $30,000, and the expenditures is the public safety, and due to other funds is going to be... Well, they paid, and paying them, they didn't show the payment, but... And the interactivities transaction at the government-wide level is here. Expenses, public safety, and internal balances. Whereas this one, liabilities credit. So they didn't have, they had only a liability here, whereas we had paid some cash. So how do you do this? Come on, what? Receivables/payables between governmental and business type activities are reported in different columns on the government-wide statement of net position. Well, that's the entry in the enterprise fund. Here's the entry. Okay, so now, why would the water utility pay the general fund? This is the opposite of what we're looking at right now. What is going on? What is going on here? This is the opposite of what we're doing. What? What? Why are they saying that the general fund pays the water utility fund? What is going on here? I mean, no, the opposite. They're saying the water utility fund pays the general fund in lieu of taxes. No, we're talking about the enterprise fund providing services to the general fund. What is going on here? I mean, it's pretty much just the same anyways. I wonder if all these things that I'm getting frustrated about are the things that made that one girl even more frustrated. I mean, eventually I'm figuring this stuff all out. It's just kind of annoying. In this case, they had... Well, expenditures would be the same for both. Thanks for nothing. In the subsidiary ledger would be not public safety, it would be general government. So this is going to be, I guess it's going to be utilities, isn't it? Because it's not goods, is it? Do you record as utilities? Wait, no. I mean, solid waste disposal is a utility, isn't it? Gosh dang it, just tell me. Wow! They don't even tell you that! Come on! This description thingy is unique to this assignment. It's not even described in the book. Because it's not a good that you received. You didn't receive a good. Wouldn't you say? Why wouldn't you have services as the description, anyways? They either paid something, they paid for goods. Expenditures, and then due to other funds, and cash. Due to other funds. Remain unpaid is $3,100. And cash was paid, so just cash. Like, I was literally making a big deal out of the fact that they didn't show them paying cash. In the governmental ledger, we have this and this. Do you show cash? Do you show cash? If you pay cash between two different funds, like you pay cash to another fund, does that show up? Was there any other entry where it showed okay, but it's not between two governmental activities. It's between an enterprise activity and a governmental activity. So it does show up. It has to show up, right? Come on. They received cash from other funds, which shows up. Number 4, 4,600. Look, cash received. Internal receivables from business type activities. That's the opposite of what I'm doing here, but it's expenses, general government. Internal payables. Internal payables to business type activities. I accidentally used the wrong number. No! Edit entry. Do they not have internal balances as a thing here? No freaking way. Don't make us do the purchases method. No way. This is not gonna... There's gonna be adjusting entries for consumption method. Why have they only mentioned it for the purchases method? Here's an additional adjusting entry. I wonder if this is going to be the one we need. Reclassify fund balance for the $10,000 increase in inventory of supplies during the year. Oh, come on. Wait. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so where about the physical count of inventory? That has to be on here. Ending balance of this, an increase of this during the year. city uses the consumption method of accounting for its inventory in the general fund and at the government-wide level. Recall that inventory purchases were initially recorded as expenditures in the general fund and as expenses in the government-wide level. Therefore, an increase in inventory requires adjustments to the expenditure and expense accounts of the general government function. Hey, by the way, you can't... Wait, I'm an idiot. You can add entries in the middle of this stuff here. I don't know why I thought you couldn't do that. But you just can't move them around. You can't move this up 3 or whatever. Yeah, there's no way we're doing all this stuff. I couldn't find an exact example of this because, of course, I couldn't. Wait. Because physical count of inventory, they don't have that. Wait, what? Yeah, this is where it is. It's right here. How am I missing this? It's because it's only shown in the purchases method? Come on, this is the purchases method, dude. What, you're not showing it for the other method. Come on. This is the consumption method. What do you do here? They don't even show it. They don't show what you do after the physical count. Stupid crap. Like, I just kind of have to wing it for 13 because they don't even have an example that is exactly analogous. Come on, man. You know, they better have a freaking way to save this project as a PDF. If I end up doing the second city, which actually is kind of looking unlikely at this point, because look how long this is taking. I mean, come on, it's not going to mess up. The inventory. What do we do here? Uses the consumption method of accounting. Well, this is the amount of consumed supplies. Wait. Adjustments to the expenditure and expense accounts of the general government function. Wait a minute. We did. Prepare the adjusting journal entries in the general fund journal to adjust the general government expenditures. And increased expenditures. Increase. Expenditure. General government. And also, shouldn't we have had something over here where... How come I never even did that before? This, during why on earth did we never do an entry with the supplies before? We did an entry for all of the goods that were received. Why did we never do supplies earlier? Because first of all, property taxes, these things, receiving cash, Sum of goods. This is the goods that were bought, that were spent by the various things. It doesn't say anything about supplies here. It doesn't say anything about supplies. It says initially records inventory as expenditure or expense. Well, then what the heck is this? What the heck is this? Come on. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. This sucks. This sucks. We never even did an entry for supplies earlier. How come it says here that it's initially recorded as expenditure/expense, and then right here, the initial recording is not that? We never recorded inventory of supplies anywhere. What the heck? That was funny. We never recorded inventory of supplies. It doesn't say that anywhere. This sucks. This sucks. Dude. Why? They're making everything harder. They didn't explain how to deal with this. Stop! These people are jerks. They didn't tell us the amount of supplies purchased or consumed. They told us the beginning and ending balance of supplies. Balance at the beginning of the year, balance at the end of the year. You know what's freaking funny? That's the only two pieces of information they gave us in this problem. We know the beginning balance anyways because it was up here. 59,000 was the beginning balance. Now the ending balance is this, but they didn't tell us any other bit of information. Aren't we supposed to know more information than that? You've got to be kidding me. You're supposed to tell us all the other parts of it. They didn't tell us the purchases and then the amount consumed. They just told us the beginning and ending balance. How are you supposed to deal with that? All they did was tell us the beginning and ending balance. You've got to be kidding me. This sucks. This is bullcrap. How are you supposed to do this problem if they don't tell you the purchase of supplies and then the consumption of supplies? They just told you the change from the beginning to the end. Come on. They skipped a step. Come on. That's just gotta be a problem. You can't even deal with that. Because in his example, he also gave you the amount of supplies that they purchased and then the amount that they consumed. So come on. Are you skipping all the entries that are relevant? This is such bullcrap. Come on. Come on. This is not like a problem with I don't know what to do. This is a problem with they didn't even give you enough information to do it correctly. Come on. This is crap. They were supposed to tell you the amount of supplies purchased and the amount that was consumed. All they told you was the beginning and ending balance of supplies. Come on. Come on. The total expenditure shown in this journal entry is the amount that was consumed, which is not given. It's not. The total expenditures is not just the increase in the amount of supplies that you had from the end to the beginning to the end. What's the increase? They began the year with $26,000 in supply. They end the year with an additional $5,000 in supplies. So the amount of supplies increased by $5,000. It increased from $26,000 to $31,000, and none of those numbers is anywhere on here. They don't have that anywhere here. All the numbers that are used in this example are the numbers that are based on the amount of supplies that were purchased and consumed. How can you solve this problem without when you all you have is the beginning and ending balance of supplies? What? What is this? What is this? You've got to be kidding me. Because clearly total expenditures was not just $14.20. The total expenditures is the total amount that was... The total expenditures is going to be the total amount of supplies that were consumed. Because it's the consumption method. But they don't give you the total amount of supplies that was consumed. How are you supposed to even do this? There's no point anywhere in this problem where it tells you the amount of supplies that was consumed or purchased. It gives you the beginning balance of supplies and it gives you the ending balance of supplies. That's all they give you. You've got to be kidding me. What if, I could just skip this number and be like, what the heck? How are you supposed to do this? What is this? This sucks. Come on. Dude. I seriously just did that. What is the stinking problem, dude? I might just have to give up on this problem. I think this is the first time I've ever gotten completely stuck on a problem. To me, it just seems like they don't give you enough information to solve the problem. It's not like there is a way to solve it, I just don't know what it is. No, I think they just don't give you enough information. How are you supposed to do this with the only information given is the beginning and ending balance of inventory? How? Are you kidding me? What the heck is this? Come on, man, please. Yeah, but there's no way they're just going to say, you can solve this problem with they're going to explain how they purchased a bunch of stuff. Shut up. This is probably just... This is not even for governmental accounting. Like, come on. Thanks for giving me numbers. Like, seriously? What? What? Wait a minute. Okay, this is just completely weird now. What is this?